Welcome back to Invest Smart Hub. Bitcoin is once again at the center of the global investment conversation. And investors are asking one major question. Could Bitcoin reach $150,000 in 2026? Some believe Bitcoin is entering a new era of institutional adoption, while others believe another major correction could happen before the next big rally. So, what could actually push Bitcoin toward $150,000? Let's find out. Bitcoin's biggest advantage, the foundation of Bitcoin's investment story, is simple. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. Unlike traditional currencies, Bitcoin has a predetermined maximum supply. If demand continues increasing while supply remains limited, Bitcoin could potentially rise significantly. But scarcity isn't enough. The bigger question is, who is buying? Institutional money. Bitcoin is no longer only an asset for individual crypto investors. Major financial institutions now provide regulated ways to gain Bitcoin exposure. If asset managers, corporations, and wealthy investors continue increasing their Bitcoin allocations, enormous amounts of capital could potentially enter the market. Institutional adoption could therefore become one of the biggest drivers of the next Bitcoin cycle. The Federal Reserve factor. Another critical factor is U.S. monetary policy. When interest rates are high, investors can earn attractive returns from lower-risk assets. But when rates decline and financial conditions become easier, investors may become more willing to take risk. Bitcoin could benefit from this environment. If the Federal Reserve moves toward easier policy while global liquidity increases, demand for Bitcoin could potentially accelerate. Global liquidity. Bitcoin doesn't operate independently from the global economy. When liquidity expands, risk assets can benefit. When liquidity contracts, Bitcoin can come under pressure. That's why investors should watch not only crypto news, but also interest rates, inflation, the dollar, and global financial conditions. Could Bitcoin reach $150,000? Yes, it's possible, but it's not guaranteed. For Bitcoin to reach $150,000, several positive factors could align. Strong institutional demand, increasing adoption, improving liquidity, favorable regulation, and another major crypto bull market. If these forces come together, Bitcoin could potentially make another dramatic move. But if liquidity contracts or demand weakens, Bitcoin could experience a major correction instead. Bitcoin versus gold. Bitcoin is increasingly compared with gold. Gold has thousands of years of history as a store of value. Bitcoin is much younger, but it offers something different: digital scarcity. With a maximum supply of 21 million coins, Bitcoin has become an alternative asset for investors looking for limited digital supply. If Bitcoin continues gaining acceptance as a form of digital value, its long-term market could expand significantly. The biggest risk. Bitcoin's greatest opportunity is also one of its biggest risks: volatility. During a bull market, Bitcoin can rise extremely quickly. But when sentiment changes, it can also fall dramatically. Regulation, interest rates, economic conditions, and investor psychology can all trigger major moves. That's why investors should never assume that Bitcoin can only go up. What should investors watch? In 2026, watch these 5 factors closely: Federal Reserve policy, global liquidity, institutional demand, regulation, and market sentiment. If several of these indicators turn positive simultaneously, Bitcoin could have a stronger foundation for another major rally. Final thoughts, sir. Can Bitcoin reach $150,000? It's possible, but the journey could be extremely volatile. The combination of limited supply, institutional adoption, monetary policy, and growing acceptance could create powerful long-term momentum. But there are no guarantees. High potential always comes with high risk. So don't invest based on hype or someone else's prediction. Do your research, manage your risk, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Now tell us, do you believe Bitcoin can reach $150,000 in 2026? Or will we see another major correction first? Leave your prediction in the comments. And subscribe to Invest Smart Hub for more analysis on Bitcoin, altcoins, gold, AI, stocks, and global markets. Don't chase the hype. Follow the fundamentals. This is Invest Smart Hub. Stay informed, invest intelligently, and always manage your risk.